Okay, good morning. Please listen to me to solve these problems. I want you to learn that you have to work on a problem yourself, no matter how hard the problem is. Okay? It matters if you pay attention and work on it, even if you cannot find the final answer. Okay? So, the first question is asking you, if I give you 3 to the x is 10, so let me show it here on this one. So this is telling you that if x and y are numbers such that 3 to the x is 10 and 2 to the y is 5, then what is the value of this expression? We want to find that value and put it here. And as you see, I have intentionally given you a numbers that we cannot guess, and the calculator is not allowed. Even if the calculator is allowed, it is not correct if you use calculator, because calculator will give you only approximate values, not exact values. So this is the first question. I don't know how many of you found this hard. I'm not saying that is very easy, but it is not that hard that some of you might have imagined. Okay, you see, what I want to do, I start with the pair of brackets because we know that I have to start with the pair of brackets. Inside the pair of brackets, I have 19, which I don't have any problems with. So the only problem is here. What is 4 to the power of y plus 1? I don't think it is hard for you to understand this piece of information is not relevant to the first part. Yes? Because the first one is related to y. The information about y is only this one, not that one. So you shouldn't get confused. This analysis that I am talking about is important if you want to be independent of a teacher. Okay? So what we do, we try to answer this question. Try to train your brain in this way. Don't look at the entirety of the problem because you freak out because the problem is hard. You need to concentrate, okay, this is a fraction. The denominator is a number, so I don't have any problems with this. The numerator is a pair of brackets, so I don't care about this now because I have to go inside the pair of brackets. When I go inside the pair of brackets, I see minus 19. I don't have any problems with that. So it means that instead of looking at the problem and don't know where to start with, you know you have to start from here. It doesn't mean you can immediately find the solution, but at least you know where is your starting point. So starting point is this one. Okay? And I think all of you can solve this problem. This is a A-level problem. But answering this, I would say, is a C-level problem, or even E-level for you now, after all many experience we had for these problems. Yes, Alia? Yes, so what should I write? This base is 4. The information is with base 2. It motivates me to get rid of 4 in favor of 2. It's a very simple step to take. Okay, so what I do, I will write 2 to the power of 2. Okay, so we can do one more step before doing that. Yes, you have a better idea before doing it too. No, before going to 2, you see y plus 1, we pull 1 4 out, yes, and then multiply it by 4, yes? Because this 4 doesn't make any problem for me, 4 is 4. This one is problematic. So the first thing I will do it like this. And I don't touch 4 because I already know 4. I touch this 4 and I write it 2 to the power of 2 to the power of y. Yes? So is this line understandable for everyone? Okay, but then this is something that you have to remember. If you immediately forget, there is no hope for you to be able to go on. You need to remember, I told you that if you have this, if you want to, you can swap them. Okay, so let us do that. I copy and paste 4. I swap them. Understandable? Okay, is it useful? All of the things that I have done are valid, are legally, mathematically. But are they also useful? Yes. Why? Because this I don't know. I changed the answer to this question to answering this question, but this is immediately clear because 2 to the y is given to you. I don't care about y, and I don't know y, but I don't need it. So it becomes 4 times, instead of this, I write 5 to the power of 2. But this is extremely easy to calculate. Which one I have to do? Hopefully none of you will multiply 4 by 5 first. You have to do the power first. So it becomes 25 times what? 100. So this is very important. If you face a hard problem, you need to develop this skill in you to break the hard problem to simple parts and solve each simple part and then combine them back to find your final answer. Okay, so I will go there. Okay, what do you think I will do now? Yes?
Is it okay if I do it another way, but I still get the same answer?
Yes, of course, but I will check it because I want to make sure that you haven't done. Sometimes, very seldom, you will get coincidentally the correct answer. Okay, I want to make sure that this is not a coincidence. So, what is the next step? Do you think? I go back. Do I know this now?
Yes.
So let us put it there. Don't worry about what is happening here. I don't know. I need to use the information. So this becomes equal. What am I allowed to put here? 100. And then minus 19 to the power of x plus 1 divided by 9 times 10 to the power of 4. I don't need to do it now because I don't know what is my goal. So let us keep it for the time being. And then the next step is clear. Why? Because I have to do the pair of brackets. What is that number?
81.
81. Let us say that you don't know how to continue anymore. If there are 3 points for this problem, so far you got 1 point, and 1 point is better than 0. Okay? Now we want to continue. Again, completely forget about what you have done now. You have a new problem. So you have to do it over and over again so that the problem is solved. When I go back here, I have a fraction. Did I progress? Yes, because this fraction is simpler than the original one. So I succeeded to simplify it at least a little bit. Okay? But now I know that this is 81 to the power of x plus 1. I hope that you understand that this is not useful anymore. Because this piece of information is related to y. This piece of information should be important. But the problem is that this piece of information is with base 3. What you need is not base 3, it's base 81. I don't know how much you have it in your memory. Do you remember any relation between 81 and 3? What is that?
To the power of
4. Yes, very good. 81 is 3 to power 4. If you don't remember it, you need to be able to find it. Go in the scratch paper and factorize it. 81 to 3, 27 to 3, 9 to 3, 3 to 3, 1. 81 is 3 times, it's 3 to the power of 4. So this I will write it. But before doing that, we had one experience here. Can you tell me before doing that, what should I do? It's a little bit better if I do that one first. I take 81 out, because I have 81 to power x plus 1. I can write it as 81 times 81 to power x divided by 9 times 10 to power 4. I continue. Okay, can you help me now? What do you think I will do here? Please tell me, because this is...
stop.
Yes, Ryan?
You can change the 4 and the x.
Yes, we swap them. Yes? So we swap them. The motivation of swapping is clear, hopefully, yes? Is it?
But how can you
Swap? Because I told you, that's a good question. You see, a to power m to power n, what is this? A to power m times n, yes? And if I ask you what is n to power m, you will tell me a n times m. But do you agree that they are the same? Okay? So, we continue. What can I put instead of this? 10. So what happens? It is a very simple problem now. So 10 to power 4, yes? And then 9 tenths to power 4. Now, can you see what the problem is? Very simple. 10 to power 4 is 10,000. Well, I don't care even what that is, because what that is, it is gone. And I am left with 81 over 9. What is the answer? 9. That's it. So, I am not saying the problem is simple, but it is not very hard if you think logically. And the point is I want you to learn how to think logically. It does not guarantee that you can solve all problems. I told you several times, the problems I can solve is much less than the number of problems I cannot solve. Okay? Solving math problems usually become very hard. But you have to learn this logical way of thinking. Okay, let us go to the next problem now. I hope that you have enough experience by these problems. I don't know how many of you could solve this problem, but now it is a hard problem if you don't have any experience, but we have worked on this problem, so it should be simple for you by now. Let me read the problem. If this expression is equal to 5 to power 101, we are supposed to find x and type it here. Okay? Can you help me? I don't want to say anything now. I want to hear from you. That was similar to one of the problems in the quiz, do you remember? But the quiz one was simpler, of course, because here, this is a home assignment. It means you are not stressed, you're sitting at home, computer is in front of you. If you're tired, you can turn it off and come back again. But how should I do that?
We can break the letters.
Yes, breaking is a technique that you learn, yes? But there is another problem here. One of them is, some of them are 5 in the base, some of them are 25. Do you think having some of them 5, some of them 25 is a problem?
No.
Because 25 can be viewed as 5 to the power of 2. Yes, that is very simple now. So if I want to do this, what we can do? We can do the other way around. If I want to teach you this one as well. So if you don't mind, let me write it like this. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes.
Do you agree that I can write this like that?
Yes.
Okay. Let me keep it for the time being. And what can I do here?
5, 2,
2 times 5 to the 2x. What can I write here? I want to borrow 125. You see, I am using that experience over and over again. And then what I do here, I copy and paste it for the time being. Okay, I want to ask your opinion about it. Do you know what I have done here? But tell me, if I take this out and write 25 to the x, do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Why? So let me do it here and then I will click. I am saying that 5 to the power of 2x is the same as 25 to the power of x.
Yes.
Why is that?
Multiply 5 to the power of 2 is 25.
Okay, but very clearly, because I want to make sure that you understand. So 5 to the 2x, I can write it as 5 to the power of 2, and then, yes, very good, to the power of x. Is that right? Because if I ask you what is this, you will tell me I write 5, I multiply these two. You remember, I told you, whenever you learn something in mathematics as a formula, you need to learn it in both ways. Sometimes it is useful to go from left to right. Sometimes it is useful to go from right to left. This is one of those cases that I am going from right to left. Okay? But what is 5 to the power 2? 25. And then I copy and paste the x part. So what I have done here is completely valid. So I hope that you know what happens. Here I have 5. What can I write for this? 25 to the x. Do I need to change anything here? Hopefully you understand that I want to write everything in terms of 25 to the x. So I copy and paste it for the time being. Okay, I want to hear from you. What do you think I will write for these two? Minus sign I already put. What can I write for 5 to the 2? 25. And what do you think I will write for this? 25 to the x. Do I need to change anything here?
No.
No, because everything is in order. Do I need to change anything here? Minus? What should I write? 25 to the x. And here, let us copy and paste it for the time being because I don't know what is going to happen. But then, do you remember the idea of the box? You can give the role of box to this. Yes? You see, it's very simple. For example, I have 20 boxes. I take 25 boxes out. How many boxes are left? Nothing. So these two are cancelled. 25 boxes minus 25 boxes, they are gone. One box here, one box there. That's also gone. So what is left? Only this one. 5 times 25 to the x is equal to 5 to the power of 101. Okay, I want to wait a little bit for you. Can you tell me how to find it? You might be able to guess it. Guessing is good. Of course, I'm not underestimating your guessing ability, but it is better to be able to derive it. So I simplified this horrible problem to a much simpler problem, and I want to solve this one. What do you think I will do next? What? May you repeat? Okay, how? You see, what is the question? Do I know this? Do I know this? No. Why? Because I don't know x. If I don't know x, I don't know this. But I know whatever this is, after being multiplied by 5 is this. Now, can you guess then what is the question mark? 5 times a question mark, I don't know it, is equal to 5 to the power of 101. It's an E-level question.
25 to the power of 100.
5 to the power of 100, not 25. Yes, Benjamin? So you said that this is 5 to the power of? Yes, that's correct. Why? Because if the question mark is 5 to the power of 100, when you multiply it by 5, because the bases are the same, this exponent will be added to this exponent, and I will get exponent 101. So very good. So you see, this is the way that you have to analyze the problem. I don't know x, so it means I don't know this. But I know whatever this is after being multiplied by 5 is equal to this. In other words, if that is hard and you cannot find it, what is the operation we have to do? If I say, I don't know, if I say 4 multiplied by something is 40, what is x? 10. It is easy to guess, but let us assume that it is not easy to guess. What do? Yes, you divide 40 by 4. That is the same problem. If you can guess, guess. But if not, you say that this is 5 to the power of 101 divided by 5. But what is the power? 1. So it becomes 5 to the power 101 minus 1, which is 5 to the power of 100. So it doesn't matter how you find it. If it is hard, you can calculate it. Okay, so this means that 25 to the power of x is equal to 5 to the power of 100. Yes? You see, this problem was a very hard one. I was able to change it to a very simpler one. Okay, but there is another problem here now. Here I have 25, here I have 5. So I cannot compare them effectively unless I make both of them 25 or both of them 5 so that I can compare. Yes? Yes, Benjamin? A square root also works, but if you don't mind, let me not use that. So, yes, for example, the next step, do you agree that I can write 5 to the power of 2 to the power of x? And then I copy and paste the right side? But then we have a formula for it. What is that? It is 5 to the power of 2x is equal to 5 to the power 100. And it is now very easy to compare. Because I want to have equality, the bases are the same, then it means the exponents have to be the same. So what is x then? 50. Okay. I'm telling you, the problems I make it a little bit hard because I want you to learn this skill. So that breaking the problem into simpler parts is one skill that if you learn in math lesson, it will be very helpful for every subject. Any questions? Okay. Let me go to the next and the last problem, homework problem. Consider the following expression. Simplify this expression to its simplest possible form and type your answer in the empty box. Okay, and I don't think it is a little bit lengthy, I agree, but it is not hard because these are just simple operations. The operations involved are powers, multiplication, and division. So it shouldn't be hard, okay? So let me go to the board. And I want you to tell me what to do. You see, again, let us practice this. I have a complicated problem in front of me. But this complicated problem is built on simple ones. So which one you want to tackle, for example? Let us take only this one. This one, if you only think about this one, it is not hard. I would say that is an even probably E-level question. Okay, so let us do that. Let me change my color. So I would say that, okay, I don't have to bother myself with the generality of the problem. So let me just tackle the simplest possible one. Okay, I want to see, first of all, what do you do? I want to hear from you. There are different ways to do this. One way you might say, I swap them and make it positive. Or I don't know, you might say that I raise this to power minus 3. Or you might say I simplify these first. Which one you prefer, that's up to you. Here we have a lot of ways to do it. Okay, so for example, I prefer to do it in this way. What I will do, I will divide A2 by this one. So A2 means A times A. B, you don't need to write it, I want you to understand. This means what? A times A times A, and then you have B to the power of minus 4, yes? So you see two A's and two A's are cancelled. Okay, so what can I write? I can write B in the numerator divided by A, B to the power of minus 4, and then to the power of minus 3. Everyone agrees with me? So I simplified some of them. I'm not saying this is the only way. In this problem, you have a lot of ways to do it. Okay. But then, can you tell me what can I write for this one? B over B minus 4. I want you to understand that this expression can be viewed as 1 over A times B over B minus 4. How many of you agrees with what I have written? This you have to be very quick. I see even Math 4 students have problems understanding this very fast. But these are very simple arithmetic. You have to know that. Do you agree with what I have written?
Yes.
Because if I ask you to do this, you multiply this, it becomes B. You multiply this, it becomes this. So what I have done is correct. But what is the benefit of doing it like this? Because then I can use a rule here. So I can write 1 over A. What do I write here? B to which power? The invisible power is 1. 1 minus this power. Yes? So this becomes 1 over A. B to the power, which power? Minus 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Yes? Okay, so I think you are not understanding it very well. So let me just explain it here again. Okay, let me tell you something in general. If I have some multiplication A, B, I don't know, C, D, let me make a power M here, a power N here, P here, and Q here. I want you to understand that you can move things around if I have only multiplication and fraction line. How? For example, if I want to, I can bring it down and make it negative. This is correct. Or if you want to, you can, I don't know, you can write AM, BN, and then bring this up and make it negative. All this is possible. So if you want to, if this is product, be careful. If this is product, it is up to you how you want to move them around. Okay? If there is something in the denominator, you bring it up, you change the sign of the exponent. If it is in the exponent, you bring it down, you change the sign of the exponent. Yes? Is that understandable? So might be this is a better way to do it. If that is hard for you, let me just do it again using this idea. You don't have to do a lot of things. So if I want to do it, let me write it in this way. Okay, just let us forget about -3 momentarily. So what happens? I keep this a squared, I keep this b, I bring this up, what should I write? -3. I bring this up, what should I write? b positive of 4. Okay, and what is left is 1, which I don't write. Yes? But now look, a2 times a minus 3, what's the answer? No, a to the power of 2 multiplied by a to the power of minus 3. A to the power of addition between these two, which is minus 1. So it becomes a minus 1. And b times b4 is b5. Very simple. So I was able to understand that this one is this. Okay. Now I want to have a power of 3, a power of minus 3. So I put the power of minus 3 here. I put the power of minus 3 here. I also put the power of minus 3 here. Okay? But do you remember we had a rule that if a times b is to power n, what can I do? I can write a to power n times b to power n. Yes? So what can I do here? I can write a to power minus 1 to power minus 3, b to power 5 to power minus 3. But can you tell me what is the answer to this? A to the power of 3. And what is the answer to this? B to the power minus 50. So that's it. Okay. Because now you understood what I'm doing, I want to wait 1 or 2 minutes that you do this part yourself. Okay, I want to pause the recording video. I want to wait for you again. Yes? You do it?
Yes.
So let us do that one. I don't know which way you want to do it, but let me write it. A, b minus 1, a to the power of minus 3, b2, and then I have to power 5. If you don't mind, let us for the time being keep the power 5. So what can I do here? What can I do here? I mean, there are different ways you can do it. Some people prefer to get rid of minus signs. Then you have to bring this up, it becomes positive. Bring this down, it becomes positive. That's possible. I want you to know it is possible. Let me write it here for you. If you want to, you can bring this down and make it b to power positive 1 and copy and paste this one here and bring it up. This is possible. And then you can write a to the power of 4, b to the power of 3. But I prefer to bring everything up, no matter if this is negative. So what I do, I keep a there, I keep b minus 1 there, I bring this up, it becomes positive 3, I bring this up, it becomes negative 2. Yes? And now you can combine these two a's. What is the answer? A to power 1, a to power 3 is a to power 4. B to power minus 1, b to power minus 2. Can you tell me what the answer is?
B to the power 2.
No, it's not multiplication. This is a common mistake. You see, you have to promise yourself that you will not make that mistake twice. What is the answer to this? Minus 3. Why? Because the base is the same. I add the exponents. But when I add, it becomes minus 3. So that is b to the power of minus 3. And then the whole thing to power 5. So what can I write now? A to power 4 to power 5 multiplied by b to power minus 3 to power 5. But this is simpler. What can I write? A to power 20 multiplied b to power minus 15. Yes? Okay, so we are getting very close now. Just 2 more minutes, we are done. So the question mark is equal to, I have a to power 18, so let me copy and paste it, and then multiply it by this part divided by that part. This part was which one? Is this one. Divided by which one? A to power 20, b to power. Okay, what should I do here now? I told you that this division is not a good idea in high school. Instead of division, write a fraction line. So it becomes a to power 18 multiplied by a to power 3, b to power minus 15, a to power 20, b to power minus 15. But there is a good news, yes? Because b to power minus 15 and this b to power minus 15 are gone. I don't need to bring it up and down. They are the same thing, I cancel them. But can you tell me what can I write? I copy and paste this one. I copy and paste this one. But I want to bring this up. So what happens? A to power minus 20. So what is the answer finally? The bases are the same. You have to add the exponents. 18 plus 3, 21. 21 plus negative 20, 1. But no one writes a to power 1 because it is better to write a. So what you need to type is just letter A there. Is that understandable? Okay, so I will publish this video. You can refer to it later if you couldn't understand my explanation. But I want you to know learning is a process. If you are not patient to learn, of course you will not learn. Okay? I'll stop here.